Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this live on Bridges of Light International. We're gonna be together for 1 hour. I'm gonna wait a little bit yes, we're on. I'm sure about that. Hello, Silvia. Great seeing you here. Hey, hello, Chiara. Ciao. Good evening. Good evening to you too, Silvia. This evening we are going to be talking about vibration. About how, we do live a vibrational life. Regardless to the fact that we may be aware of it or not. But we're going to be talking specifically about what are vibration and what are frequencies. Thanks, Sylvia. Lovely to read you too, but to see you. I see your pictures. We're going to be talking about vibrations. We're going to be talking about frequencies. I'm going to demonstrate something to you. These are to the diapason, but you will understand later how we use this. How I will use this to show you how we are creating our own life. But first of all, as always, I want to thank you for being with us, for sharing this hour together. I'm going to thank you that are watching this later on. And of course, I want to thank Bridges of Light for giving us the opportunity to be together, and life for allowing us to have this experience. Yes, that's you. Yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about this in Italian. Hello, Bernice. Welcome. Right. Everything in the universe is energy. And energy is vibrating always at different frequencies. If we had to look at everything in the universe, including ourselves, at a very, very cellular, but I would even say subatomic level, but also objects, even this is made of plastic, but even this, it's made of energy, like we are made of energy, even our bodies, and energy is made of light and information. But the characteristic of energy, of any kind of energy, it's that it vibrates. Meaning by vibration, I mean it's moving, it's oscillating, it's moving. The particle of energy are moving, and these movements are exactly called vibrations. When I say vibration, vibrating literally just means moving. Everything is moving. And in fact, the only constant, the only thing that will never change, has never changed, is not changing and will never change in life, in the universe, is that everything changes constantly. Meaning everything it's moving, everything it's vibrating. But not everything, hello Rosie, welcome. Not everything it's vibrating, moving at the same speed. Certain things are moving faster, much faster. You see my hand, for example, if I move it really, really fast, imagine a propeller of an airplane. Oh, I'll show you, I've got something to show you. Okay. Right. Look at this. This is moving. If I move this at a slow pace, you can see it, right? Can you see it? If I move it, if I make it vibrate at a slower frequency, you can see it. Now, if I have it to move or vibrate at a faster speed, can you see? Well, you can see that you cannot see it actually. Is it clear? You can't see it now. Why? Because it's moving, it's vibrating very fast, right? Like the propeller of an airplane. This could be why there's so many things in life, in the universe, that are very, very real, that they exist, but our naked eyes, they cannot see it because they're moving, they're vibrating at a frequency which we cannot detect. But it doesn't mean they don't exist. And I'm talking, for example, about souls, spirits. Some people actually can perceive it, can see the existence of certain energy. Hello, May, welcome. Great to see you here. Hello, Master. But, sorry. But, yes, but because things move at a very fast rate, we cannot see it. So we may be fooled into believing that they don't exist. In fact, there are some people that they can see auras, that they can see energy pattern around people, that they can actually see what other people cannot see. They're just very sensitive. And what are they sensitive of? They're sensitive about this very, very fine vibration. But let me read what everybody has written before I carry on. Sylvia says, even our brain, yes, has different frequencies depending on its state. Sleep, meditation, dream. Absolutely, yes. Yes. Hello, Francesco, welcome. In fact, and this is where everything becomes pertinent to our life, our practical life, is that because everything is energy moving, everything is vibrating at a different frequencies, and like Sylvia, you're saying, our brain emanates different frequencies depending on our different states. Hello, Rina, we are never on idle. In other words, in any given moment of our life, we are vibrating. We have some main vibration which is emitting certain frequencies, and these frequencies are resonating with circumstances and people similar to it. They literally, it's a physical law, it's the law of resonance, which I will be demonstrating to you in a minute. Have you ever known, or do you know anybody that lives a very challenging life, and can you see a correlation with the way they feel about life? In other words, do you know anybody, and I know I was one of them, that complains about life, that speaks very negatively about maybe themselves or about life, about others, and in fact you can see that the way they vibrate, their thoughts, their emotions, the vibrations they emanate resonate and corresponds with their life situation. Do you know anybody? Have you ever known anybody? Or look at your own life. Can you see a correlation in between times when something happened to you, something maybe that you didn't like, and can you see that there was some kind of resonance with the emotional state you were on, with the thoughts you were thinking and the emotions you were feeling? In other words, can you see the correlation between the way you were vibrating and your life circumstances? I personally saw this difference so crystal clear. Hello, Walter. Great seeing you here. Before 2002, the way I was thinking and the way I was feeling, in other words, the way I was vibrating in general, was of a certain frequency. And these vibrations, they were resonating with car accidents with people that I used to steal things in my car or from me. I used to resonate with people, angry people. Now that I literally vibrate, and then we will do something together in a while when we'll see how we can access the way our body vibrates, and we can alter and change our vibrational state. So now that I choose how I want to vibrate, I resonate and attract people and circumstances of a totally different kind. I resonate with circumstances and people that they resonate with these new different frequencies. Let me read what you wrote. Natasha said, absolutely yes. Also with me. At one point when I decide to stay better, my life goes better than before. That is exactly what I meant. Yes. Sylvia says, almost every day when I feel angry, objects tend to fall and break. Whereas I am calm and center, much nicer synchronicity occur. Yes, Sylvia, you see, at the beginning I used to think this is a coincidence. Now I know it's a reality. I don't know you, Sylvia, but all of you, this is a question for everybody listening to these words. You know, when I am stressed or frustrated for whatever reason, when I'm not really vibrating at a peaceful in a peaceful state, my phone, I'm not kidding, the application on my phone doesn't work as normally would. The computer, in other words, electronic gadgets, they do respond to my vibrations. But let me know if that ever happened to you. And if you start paying attention to this, you will then see that you are constantly, but literally constantly, altering and manipulating in a way everything around you. Not only electronic stuff, but you are altering the emotional states of people around you. But even if nobody's around you, you are resonating, and in technical scientific term, literally you are exciting something of the same frequency. USPC, Natasha say yes. Sylvia say absolutely. But now there's something that I want to show you. I'd like to show you what I mean by resonating and exciting something or somebody else according to the frequency we are emanating. Now, let me see if I can do this. I have to move this and okay. I am looking for this. Okay, right. These are two diapason, okay? They are two tuning forks. These tuning forks, they are of a particular frequencies. Look, there are 400, and both of them, they are 440 hertz, right? Yes, you attract things that match your vibration, yes. And look at this. These are the same frequencies, 440 hertz, 440 hertz. Now, bear with me. Okay, can you see they're not touching each other, right? Now, I strike this one. Okay, the other one we can even put it down, well, here like this. I strike this one, look, and listen. Did you see what's happening? If I excite this one, I make this one vibrate, this one starts vibrating as well, although I didn't touch it, look. I stop this one, but now you're hearing this one. Can you see? We do the other way around. I ignite this one, then I stop it, but you're hearing this one. Is it clear? Right. Because this one, when it moves, when it vibrates, it moves air particle, and the air particles, because there's no empty space in life, they are, yeah, it is amazing, they are exciting this. This is metal, guys. I mean, this is the power of vibrations. So I want to do it again, because this is, if you get this, you get the law of attraction in action. Right. So we stop this, but this is moving. We stop this, but this is moving. Okay. But this is the real important thing. Okay. Now, this is a simulator of sound. You see? Can you hear it? I can choose the frequency that is going to be vibrating at. Okay? Now, this is 440, which is the same vibration. So if I do this, you hear 440. I can change it. I could make it vibrate at 436. Or any frequencies I choose. Okay. Now, this is not easy because this is not very loud. But to me, the main important thing in life is to try, to give it a go. So I'm gonna give it a go, and I don't care if it doesn't work, but I hope you can hear it. Right, I am going to, but I'm not gonna tell you which frequencies this is. I'm gonna show you after. I want you to tell me, but write down, I'm gonna ask you, is this vibrating or not? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch this on, then I'll tell you the switch is off, and you tell me if this is vibrating or not. Okay? And then we look, I'll show you which frequency this was set at. Okay. I'm going. I put this off. Could you hear that vibrating? I'll do it again near my mic. Can you hear it vibrating? It wasn't vibrating. I'll tell you in case you don't hear, because they're not loud enough. It's 437 hertz. Pay attention and see if now this is vibrating after I put this off. Let's go. I put this off. Was this vibrating? Hello, Calogero. I'll try again. You might not be able to hear it, but this time this was vibrating because this was 440 hertz. Now it is, yes. Look, 440. Yeah, we can hear it, 440. Now, no. Hello Enrico. Hello Mariella. Ciao. 444. It's not vibrating. It doesn't get excited. It only gets excited. Yeah. It only gets excited when it's 440. This, I hope you understood what I meant. This, oh, sorry, I can't put this on. This simply demonstrates that like attracts like. Every time we vibrate at a certain frequency, every time we feel at peace, we are emanating. You're getting excited too, I'm glad. Every time we feel at peace, we are emanating, vibrating with peaceful frequencies. And these peaceful frequencies, it's a natural law. They are resonating and attracting, exciting literally. See, this is stop, and this is going. Something of the same frequency. You see, I could be putting this here, which is far away, and this is, you can't even see me, I'm here. I stop this, but this one is still going. Can you see? Anyway, I think you got it. But it's important that you get it not only at an intellectual level, that you see it and you really get it. Because when you get this, you got the law of attraction in action. Because every time, this is my intention for you with this live, every time you are feeling an emotion, meaning you are vibrating with a frequency that you do not like, please do it. And I ask this to do it for you, but you do it for me, because I am you, you are me. Seriously, for God's sake, we are one. So whenever you are vibrating, whenever you in your life, your vibrational inner life, it's not one that you like, do whatever, and I am serious, whatever it takes to change your vibration to a vibration that you like. Yes, get to the feeling that you like. If you prefer to use the words feeling instead of vibration, that's perfect. But feel different. Yes, thank you, May. And now we get to that. We get to, within ourselves, how to go beyond our thinking and into our feelings. Because feelings are the language of the soul. Feelings are the language with which our soul, our essence, communicate with us. So our vibrational life, our feeling life, is the one that in any given moment is creating, resonating, attracting, manifesting. Use the word you prefer, but whatever, it's gonna come next. So you are creating your future any moment, now, in according to the way you vibrate, to the way you feel. You are creating, resonating, manifesting, attracting your future. If we only always had this very clear in our heart, in our soul, and in our mind, we would be very careful. That's why I always advise people to ask themselves very, very often, how am I feeling right now? Am I feeling good? Am I vibrating at a frequency I like? I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'll keep thinking what I'm thinking. I'll keep saying what I'm saying. If I am not feeling, vibrating at a frequency which I like, think again. Say something else. Do something else. Shift the way you feel. Shift the way you vibrate and attract something else. Natasha say, wow, I love this. I studied scientific method at university and I'm in love with this. Yes, I find it fascinating too, because it demonstrates that it's not mumbo jumbo what we thought spirituality was. There is nothing, and I repeat, nothing more practical and more pragmatic than spirituality. There is nothing esoteric about spirituality. It is esoteric at the beginning when we are just thinking about it. But when we see this esoteric concept, in practice, we see that the most important, the most practical, pragmatic thing that there is in the universe is spirituality, because it simply explains how the universe works. And science is behind. Science is catching up with it, but it's not there yet, because we know the absence of proof, it's not proof of absence. I repeat, the fact that we are not able to demonstrate something physically with the scientific technology we have, it doesn't mean that that's something that we cannot demonstrate doesn't exist. So the absence of proof does not prove its absence. So spirituality has been telling us for millennium what science is slowly catching up. And yes, I am excited, like you, Natasha, when I can literally see a concept being demonstrated. Because, of course, we have a left brain, we have a rational mind, and so it should be, really. Why should we believing everything that people say? In fact, my first message always is, whatever comes out from this mouth, it's no more no less than my opinion. And that's it. But two, I always suggest people, before you think it's all bananas, before you think it's all whatever you want to think, test it, literally, put it to the test. And then you'll see if it's true for you or not. But like anything in life, why should we believe everything? Mariella says, people with high vibration attract each other. Yes, exactly. Yes. Before I opened myself up to this concept, oh my gosh, I was attracting angry people, angry circumstances, people of a totally different kind. Now, the people I resonate with and the people I hang out with, they are vibrating with this different way of vibrating. I will absolutely do it. I'll try. Fantastic. Yes. Mariella says, I think I have high vibrations. I have much more energy. People notice me and my state. Oh yes, the more you are able to vibrate at a higher frequency, the more people notice you and see you, because apparently it's science. Okay, what we regard as being, and also this is a value judgment. It's just different emotions in a different spectrum. It's all energy. But let's say fear. Let's say here is fear and here is pure love. Fear and love, they are two extremities of the same energy, like hot and cold, right? It's the same energy, but vibrating, moving at a different frequency. When we are angry, when we are depressed, when we are frustrated, we vibrate at a lower vibration. When we are feeling excited, passionate, full of love, which is actually our normal, natural, joyful state, children are very high in vibration. That's why we are attracted to them, because they're very present, because they're not lost in their thoughts, and they're luminous, they're pure. We love them, they're authentic. So when as adults we get rid of all this mental conditioning, when we get to our true feelings and we go beyond thoughts, we are vibrating at a higher frequency, and we emanate more, we're more luminous, literally. We are more brilliant. We say you're brilliant, because we're brighter. Our light it's bigger. And when I say light, I'm laughing because I have to tell you this, I have to confess myself. Before I got into being into whatever we are sharing here, all these spiritual concepts and truth, actually, they're not just concepts. When I was hearing or reading somewhere, you're a being of light, I was laughing and I was thinking, because I thought it was all bananas, and I was thinking, oh yeah, what am I, a lamppost, you know? But reality is that was me being ignorant, because you know the DNA, which is our own DNA, our own anything that is alive, emanates light, literally light. You know, the can't remember, I can't pronounce it right, the Kirlian photography. There's a kind of a type of photography where where when it's used appropriately, it can detect the luminescence, meaning the light that the DNA emanates, you know, of the plants, of anything alive. So yes, we are being of light because the DNA emanates light, and the more we are in a state of ease and in a state of health, literally, because health equate health, we emanate more light. Whenever there is dis-ease, whenever we are not feeling good, whenever we have an illness, we emanate less light. We are less luminous. Anyway, thank you, Antonella. Mariela, I translate. What I want. Thank you. Sylvia says, Luca, do you know? 1 second. And then before, we got time. But I want to do something experientially all together. Luca, do you know, Sylvia says, do you know the test with metronomes, synchronization? Oh, yes, I've got them at home in Italy. Maybe once, but yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 of them. Luca, do you know the test with metronome synchronization? Not only they're resonant with each other, but also even started at different moments, they end up being completely synchronized. The surface they are placed on brings them together. Okay, Sylvia, this is great. In Italy, where I do the lives, well, I'm here in London until Thursday, so next Friday evening, if I remember, or next Sunday, I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna show you. I've got on a washing machine, I've got, how many I've got? Well, 4 metronomes. I've got a bar, a wood bar, wooden bar that I use, and 2 cans. Because I only did it a few times when I used to do meetings years ago with people in person, because it takes quite a bit to set everything up. But yes, absolutely. You put, what do? You put 2 cans or something, because they're they're like little wheels, and then you put this wooden plank on top, and then you put 4, but you could have as many as you like, but 4 is enough to show what you're talking about. So what you do then, you start the metronome. Metronome, they're like, how to explain it to you? Let me see if I can find you a picture. But just for people that they don't know what a metronome is. A metronome is images, 1 second. Oh, there you go. Images, 1 second. Okay. Open, yeah. Okay, okay. This is a metronome. Okay, you see that bar. You can have it to swing. So what you do, you there's like you wind at the back. You wind something at the back so it can move, and then you free the bar in the middle, and it goes tuk 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 tuk. And what you do, you have them all moving. You could have as many as you like. And what happened is that they start moving all at random, but soon after when they start moving, you see that all of them, they tend to synchronize, tung, 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 tung. And after not long, it's amazing, you see them all going tung, tung, at the same rhythm. Thank you, Sylvia. I don't know if you share. I don't open it now. I'll watch it later, because otherwise I might lose everything. But I saw one with 32. Wow, that's many. But yes, what they do, they all synchronized. And because of the way vibration and frequencies work, although they vibrated and move at different frequencies, they tend to equalize and get in synchrony with each other. But this is the great good news. They all synchronize with the frequency of the one that is moving faster. I repeat, they all synchronize and start moving as fast as the one that is moving faster. Why is this a good news? Well, I regard it as being good news because it means that the higher frequency, it's more powerful, so to speak, than a lower one. And that could be, again, my opinion, that could be why it is said that, let's say, to change, to have a major shift in human consciousness, meaning if we can really all vibrate at a speed, at a state, and which we all feel more at one with each other and more at ease and more happy, we only need a certain amount of people. We don't need the majority of humankind because of this law, because one person that vibrates at a high frequencies is more influential than a person vibrating at a lower frequency, meaning feeling a lower emotion. I hope I was clear enough. Enrico diceva il video se vuoi. Sì, ma li ho già visti. Sorry, I've seen the videos, the one you're talking to. I've seen many videos where you see all of them going to. That's what gave me the idea of getting the metronome and doing it. So, yes, fantastic. Yes, thank you. Now, okay, let's do something. If you can, close your eyes. If you cannot, you can open your eyes, but it's up to you. You can keep them open or you can close them. But what I like you to do is to place your attention in how you feel in your body. In other words, if you can, some of you can straight away, like I'm doing it now, you can place your attention inside of yourself, even without closing your eyes, and you can feel some kind of vibration, some kind of energy of aliveness, some kind of feeling. If you find it challenging, close your eyes and choose a particular part of your body. Let's say choose your right hand. You place your right hand somewhere where you don't move it and literally focus on your right hand. I'm doing it now and I can literally feel my right hand buzzing. Can you feel your right hand buzzing if you focus on it? Then, as you keep feeling your right hand vibrating, focus also on your left hand. Now you may well be able to feel two hands vibrating. Then, now if you had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes and keep being aware of your hands vibrating. Can you do that? You feel them hotter too, Sylvia? Yes, wonderful. Hello, Honag. Great seeing you here. Now, as you do that, see if you can feel this tingling vibration in your hands to move somewhere else in your body. Like you can literally become aware of this vibration spreading up to your wrist, your forearm, your elbow, then keep going up, your arms, your shoulders. Can you feel them? Both arms, both hands? Then see if you can feel your chest. your head, then keep feeling, and you're also really literally also spreading this vibration with your awareness, with your consciousness down your body, down from your chest down to your belly, your hips, down to your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, can you feel your whole body? If you cannot, close your eyes and concentrate more on your inner feelings. But what I invite you to do is, when you have that feeling, when you have identified that feeling, when you can feel your body with your eyes closed, then open your eyes and notice if you can retain the awareness of those vibrations. And the reason why I invite you to do that, it's because whenever we are mainly in tuned and aligned and feeling the vibration of our body, we are much more likely to be present, to be here. But I am asking you this to you. I don't want to tell you what your experience might be different. Notice, again, if you haven't done it, do it now, and please let me know. If you focus on the way your body vibrates, do you notice yourself to be more or less present? In other words, are there more or less thoughts in your head? If you do this properly, you may notice that you are more present, that there are less thoughts going on in your head, because you are utilizing your awareness, you're focusing on your body, and your body is always in the here and in the now. Your body has a direct link. It is the portal of your essence, your soul, into this physical reality. It's very simple, and it is easy if and when we do this over and over and over again, until it becomes, for now, habitual and normal. Natasha, you're noticing each part of your body. Wonderful. I invite you, Natasha, but all of you, seriously, keep doing this now, but not just now, always. The more you're grounded in your body, the more you are inhabiting your temple. Your body is your temple. We've all heard that before. And it means that our essence, our soul, lives in this temple. This is our church. We don't need to go in a physical church outside. We don't need to do anything but be where we are. But to be where we are, it's necessary that we are in our temple. We are at home. Very often, people or us, we suffer. We are lost in our thoughts. We are worried because no one is home. And if no one is home, who gets in? Everything that we don't want to be in. Our worries, our fears, and so on and so forth. But if we, the master of the kingdom, our essence is in the house, in the temple, there's no much more space really for all this other worry and whatever is that we wouldn't want to be there. Let me read that. Oh, I'm glad there's some more to read. You see, because I like reading, because it connects me with you, because you are me and I am you. But if I get too much into my thoughts, into my feelings, there's nothing wrong with it, but I want to connect with your thinking, with your vibration, and I can do that if I read you and see. Mariella, thank you, Mariella, thank you. Sylvia, you feel more centered. Wonderful. This is it. This is it. This is the intention of this session, this live. This is it's not even a secret, but yeah, this is the most useful and easy and practical way of living a vibrational life that we choose, of living how we would like to live, which is to start from being into ourselves, to being in this moment. And then everything else that may happen, we are much more equipped to face it from a state of presence. If you want, what you can do now, and this is how I like to call magic at its highest, you can be in your temple, being present to your body, and then you use your mind, you use the projector that creates the outside reality that up to now was showing you the moving that subconsciously was created by all the thoughts, all the worries that they were playing in the background of your head. But if from a state of presence you choose what you want to think, let's say now, Sylvia, that you're very centered. If you now concentrate, you can close your eyes or you can even let them open. We can do this with open eyes. You can remember, and do it now, remember something you loved or imagine something you would like. But do it being in your body. This is important because this is not an intellectual exercise. First, you are in your body, you are feeling yourself, and then you imagine, you project in the screen of your head. Even if your eyes open, if you want, you can superimpose an image. In fact, if I tell you think of a beach, you don't need to close your eyes. I can now look at the camera, but I can see a beach here. I can even imagine to feel the warmth of the sun. But now we can be in a mountain. Now we're somewhere where it's cold and there's snow coming down. This is how powerful our mind is. And we can get also that image superimposed. But if we choose being present, what we want to superimpose, meaning what we want to experience, or if we remember something that we liked, and we do that long enough when our feeling matches our image, then we have it. That's magic. Then we are literally creating the life we want. Everybody that is good at manifesting, what we call a master, what we call whatever you want, but basically people that they live the life they want, they do this consciously or unconsciously. But why not to do this consciously? You see, we are all masters, but sometimes unconsciously we create what we don't like. But somebody that is depressed, somebody that is anxious, I used to be one of them, it's because I wasn't in my body, I was not in my body, I was only in my images, and my images and my thoughts were creating emotions which I didn't like. And this vibration were creating situations that I didn't like. Something else I like you to consider is that happiness, it is not produced by certain conditions. Certain conditions are produced by happiness. Love, it's not produced by certain conditions. certain conditions are produced by love. Abundance, it's not produced by certain conditions. Certain conditions are produced by abundance. And when I said what I mean by happiness, love, abundance, they are state of being, they're vibrations, they're feelings. So if we want love, the most effective way is to generate in whatever way, shape or form the feeling of love or abundance or happiness or passion or whatever it is. And again, how do we do that? We center ourselves in our body, we ground ourselves, we check in the temple, and then when we are in, we put on the projector, the mind, but we have decided we are in the theater, we are in the house, nobody else is in, and then we choose, what is it that I want to see? I hope I was clear enough. Anyway, let me read. Macy, very powerful. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, May. Thank you. You reminded me actually about feeling, using feeling instead of vibration, and that's a very good reminder that you gave me, because in fact, for some people, vibration doesn't mean much, but vibration and feelings really are the same thing, and to think of vibration as feelings is probably more natural and more organic. So I thank you. We are all get busy and forget. Yes, exactly. We all get busy and forget. And this is the beauty and the mystery of it all, almost. That whatever we talk about, these things, we know it all. We don't have nothing to learn. We know it all. We only have to forget. We have forgotten already. We only have to remember. Literally remember ourselves. To remember. Yes, it could be an intellectual act, but really in life it means literally to remember. We put everything, all the pieces together. We remember what? That we are all one. We remember what? The being all one, we are the creator of everything. But anyway, Natasha, thank you very much, Natasha. Honak says, I'm sitting in my car at the railway station waiting for my children, and I feel tingles like light pins and needles over my body. It feels calmness attached. Beautiful. I love that. Sitting in your car waiting for your children, you feel tingles like light pins. That's wonderful. Yes. And something else that I like us all to consider is that the more we are training ourselves. It's almost like an exercise, but the more we do this regularly, the more we fine-tune ourselves to notice and detect, and then also modulate very, very finite energies and frequencies. And the aftermath of doing that regularly, it can be very powerful, because we become much more sensitive about ourselves, so we get to know ourselves better. We get to be more empathic towards others, because we can detect more easily what is the true emotions maybe that somebody is feeling behind the words, behind what they're saying. You see, because people sometimes, but all of us, we do it sometimes, don't we? We say, somebody asks us, how are you? And you say, oh, I'm okay. But we say we're okay, but we're not really feeling great. And maybe vice versa, somebody else does that. But when we are adept, when we are used to fine-tuning with these finite energies, we can then truly hear somebody, truly be present with somebody, and knowing what it is that they need behind what they're saying. And this is to say that we don't even need to do anything, or meaning to say anything to them, but when we pick up the real vibration of somebody, because we are all one, we would be, I can assure you, intuitively, even without knowing, unconsciously, stimulated to help them. We would give them that energy boost that they need. but we need to be able to hear it, to feel it. And to do that, what do? Simply what we're doing over and over again. How am I feeling? Can I feel my body? Yeah, beautiful. And then from them, everything else unfolds. Thank you, Sylvia. May, do we as human need validation from others? Is validating ourselves enough? Do we as human need validation from others? Is validating ourselves enough? Fantastic question, I think. Yes, yes and no, I would say. Again, my own opinion. Yes, in a way, yes, we do need validation from others. Why? Because, or certainly growing up, because I can only know what I am because I have been what I am not, or there is something of somebody which is not what I am. In other words, I can know in the absence of what I am not, what I am is not. So for anything to be validated, it has to be a somebody or something that we compare it to and we validate it. We say, okay, this is of a certain kind. And I'm not talking about judgment, even just objectively. So, but to do that, we need to have others to tell us how we can validate or not ourselves. So I would say yes, it's necessary that we need to be validated from others until then we can choose when and if we want, and I would say that's when we become emotionally and vibrationally, yes, also autonomous, when we then choose to validate, then when we value and honor our own validation. Do I make sense? But having said that, I personally think that it's always healthy and functional to, regardless to how much we value our own validation, it's good to have a feedback from others. In other words, I could be very emotionally and vibrationally autonomous, but believe me, I would always ask your opinion. Like here, guys, if I ever say something that you think it's way off, or if you like something that I say or I do, but either way, if you like something or if you don't like something, or even if you think you're judging me, I don't care if you say, I think, Luca, you are whatever. I might not like what you say, okay, but it helps me. Does it make sense? I don't think I would be hurt intimately so much, because I know who I am and I value myself regardless of other people's opinion, although I think other people's opinion are important, because others may really give us something to think about that we may not have thought about. I don't know if I explained myself. So I think it's yes and no. You could choose. I mean, I think yes, it's important to have validation from others, but I would advise us not to value our own inner validation on what others say. You know, it's also important what we think. So it's both of them. But ultimately, it's important because regardless how others validate or not or value us, ultimately it's important how we validate ourselves. We all know, I think, somebody maybe that he or she has got very low self-esteem, and maybe they're really good at what they do. Maybe they're really good-hearted people, and everybody tells them. But if they have low self-esteem, if they don't validate themselves, you see, other people cannot really help them. The other opposite, it's when maybe other people feedback is not really positive, but she or he thinks that the grandest people in the world, you know, the image of themselves, their ego is extremely, you know, they think they are the best person ever, and well, you know, and again, the outside world says, you know, what are you doing? But they think they're wonderful. So I think it's getting a balance in between the two. Wow, an hour is gone and we finished. I love the image. Thanks, Silvia, of ourselves as a temple. Thank you. Let me see if I can write everything because before I go. Mariela says, I'm on a beach. In front of me, a beautiful, emotional, wow, sunset. I feel better. I feel all the majesty of universe. I see all God's love, how we are so rich. Good evening to everyone. Wow, thank you, Mariela, for sharing that. The beach is my happy place. Well, May, you're going to be there soon. Amazing. Yes, less than a month, I guess. Mariela, me too. Let's see if I can... no, I'm over time already. Yes, guys, I have to go. It's 7. If there's any questions, I'll answer. Otherwise, I only want to tell you that I have had an amazing time, as always. I love you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. And let me see if I can see what I'll be talking about, because I can't remember. But you know what? I'm gonna write it the day before anyway. But I want to see if I got it in 1 second. No, August. Oh, we're going to talk about abundance. Somebody asked me once, send me a message, say, can we talk about abundance? Well, very, very, very similar to what we're talking about. We just carry on talking about abundance. Ciao. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.